Hi guys, it's Tori. So today we are going to be doing my March reading wrap up, everything that I read in March. I think I have like 8 or 9 books here that I read. And normally I would do my following month's TBR, but for the month of April, I am going to just simply mood read. I am currently in a reading slump, and I think that has everything to do with how busy I am and my mental health rather than my current read. But we are just going to go over everything I read for the month of March. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my face. Check out all my socials down below, including my Goodreads and my Amazon wishlist. I quickly want to say thank you guys so much for all the love you have been giving me recently. And let's get into my March reading wrap up. Okay, so the very first book I read for the month of March was Beneath the Stars by Emily McIntyre. This is the first book in the Sugar Lake series. I gave it 4.25 stars on Goodreads, and my review said, good second chance romance, lots of drama, felt like the ending dragged on a bit, but there was a huge cliffhanger at the end, has quite a few spice scenes, just a heads up for those of you who prefer a closed door romance, and then overall really enjoyed the read. So this is a series. This is the first book. I think there's 4 in the series if I'm not mistaken. I genuinely really did enjoy it. I was definitely a little bored at certain parts because it did definitely drag on where I didn't feel like it needed to, but the first half of the book was like younger them point of view, and then it switched to current point of view, and it kind of was like a second chance romance. So it was like best friends or childhood best friends to lovers, and then lovers to strangers, and then strangers back to lovers. And I really did like it. I thought it was really cute. Definitely a good spicy read. So if you like something a little spicy and smutty, I do recommend. And if you enjoy second chance romance, I also recommend. And this was my first Emily McIntyre book, so I really liked her writing. I know she has a ton of other books, so I definitely will read more from her. The second book I read was Twisted Games. This is the second book in the Twisted series. This is by Anna Huang. I gave this 4 stars. I really enjoyed Bridget and Reese together. I thought they were really cute. It is a princess bodyguard romance, which I thought was very interesting. I've never read anything quite like that before, so I really did enjoy it. I said for my Goodreads review, some parts I thought were unnecessary, but I loved Bridget and Rise together. There definitely was some political parts about her being the princess that I didn't feel were necessary, but it's definitely spicy. Overall, I really enjoyed it. I would recommend this one way over Twisted Love. I really did not like that book that much now that I think back on it. When I first read it, I thought it was super great and I thought it was just amazing, but now that I've read a lot more romance since I read Twisted Love, I have definitely changed my opinions on that book, but I really enjoyed this one. I thought it was a good read. My third read of March was In a Jam by Kate Canterbury. This is also on KU, but I gave this 4 stars. My Goodreads review is, I enjoyed the book but felt like it was missing something. It only got 4 stars because of the last 30 pages, but overall it was cute and a little spicy. So it took me a while to get into this book. Like I said in my review, I definitely felt like it was missing something, and I don't know what. Like, I can't put my finger on it, but there was just something I needed more of, and I definitely needed less of the like single parent trope. I thought that it was a little too much. I kind of think I've come to realize that children in books is not really my favorite like trope. Single parents just not really it for me. I don't know what it is. I love kids in real life, but reading about them can be like a little annoying sometimes. Like, I just feel like the authors portray the kids as just very annoying, and I understand that in real life, if you have kids, affects your relationships romantically, but sometimes I feel like they portray it too much. So this got 4 stars. I would recommend, but it's probably not something I would read again, nor do I really have anything else by the author that I'm interested in reading. My fourth read of March is A Million Kisses in Your Lifetime by Monica Murphy. I read the first book by her in February and I was literally obsessed. So I decided to try something else by her. I know that this is part of a series, but I did not read the first book in the series first. I don't think you really have to. I think they're more of like interconnected standalones, but this one I gave a solid 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. There was definitely some things about it that I just thought were very hit or miss. I read this in my 24-hour readathon, but overall I really enjoyed it. She's a very spicy author for sure. If you don't like smut, I don't recommend really anything by Monica Murphy, at least of all of the books I've read by her, but I did enjoy it. I thought it was really good. I thought that there was a few things that kind of bugged me, but if you want to hear more about them, you can go watch my 24-hour readathon. But overall, it was a good read, and I would recommend Monica Murphy's writing to just about anyone, as long as you aren't a closed-door romance kind of girl. The fifth book I read in March was Birthday Kisses. This is like just a little, very short novella that goes along with A Million Kisses in Your Lifetime. I personally loved the novella. I gave it 4 stars, which I feel like most people don't give novellas a very high star rating, but I really loved it. I was wanting even more out of it. I wish it would have continued. It was just really sweet, really heartfelt. I really enjoyed seeing how much their life changed for the future, but overall I loved Birthday Kisses. So like I would almost say read A Million Kisses in Your Lifetime just for the novella. I loved it that much. I thought it was so good, and it's a super quick read. It literally is like 40 pages long, so I loved that book. My next March read was A Court of Silver Flames by Sarah J. Maas. This is the 5th and final book in the ACOTAR series. If you basically want a full reactions reading vlog, go watch my 24-hour readathon. I read this whole book start to finish in that video, and I annotated the absolute crap out of my copy. I loved it. 5 stars. Per the usual, of course. How could you give ACOTAR literally anything other than 5 stars? I thought it was so good. I just fell in love with it, and it was definitely a different take on the series. It took me a little while to get into it just because it was third-person point of view with Cassian and Nesta's feelings and stuff, but it took me a while to get into. I definitely felt like there was plenty of the other characters in here. You get all of the core Night Court characters. There was lots of Feyre and Rise, which I personally loved because they are my favorite couple of like all time. I worship them. There was plenty of crying in this book. I bawled my eyes out like 4 or 5 times. It broke me. It put me back together. I was obsessed with it. I have so many favorite quotes and tabs in here. Like I literally ran out of tabs at multiple points while reading this. I would give you some of the quotes, but I don't want to ruin the series for literally anybody. Speaking of ACOTAR, I am wearing my ACOTAR hoodie. It says "To all of the stars who listen," and then on the back it says "And to all the dreams that are answered," and I love it. I'm obsessed with it. I will read you my review on Goodreads. I said 5 stars. SJM does it every single time. I can't express my love for this series and characters enough. I felt every emotion you can imagine while reading this, and I'm devastated that's the final book. The character development and found family is absolutely unmatched, and I stick by that review 1000%. I ate it up. I loved it. You guys know that I eat, sleep, and breathe the ACOTAR series, and so I highly recommend reading it. It is worth the hours and hours of dedication that goes into it. The next book that I read in March was Ricochet by Krista and Becca Ritchie. This is a Friends to Lovers series. This is the 2nd book in the Addicted series. I gave this 4 stars. I really enjoyed this actually. I enjoyed it way more than the original book. I thought it was so good. I loved the like more backstory on their addictions and what's going on, and Lily really fought her urges throughout this book, and I really enjoyed seeing her surpass all the temptation that she felt. Very much so found family. I love the friend group. I love the core six. I really loved this book, and I love Lo even more now than I did before. So my review on Goodreads says 4 stars. My love for these characters is just growing and morphing. I can't wait to continue the series and fall deeper in love with their stories, and I stick by that. You definitely get some parts of each sister, which I like. It helps build up the Calloway sister series, but I really enjoyed this and I am very excited to continue the series. My final finished book for March was Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo. I started reading this after finishing the 2nd season of the Netflix series, and that series is like the Six of Crows duology mixed in with this trilogy, but I really enjoyed the book. I gave it 4 stars. I feel like if I hadn't watched the show before, there definitely would have been parts that really shocked me and surprised me. I didn't feel that there was a whole lot different from the book to the movie, at least with the first one, but I did really enjoy it. I really liked it. I've really been in my fantasy era recently, so I really did love this book. 4 stars. I would recommend it, but I liked that I've seen the show first because it helps me envision things. This world is very hard to grasp. It's very different from ACOTAR, and so watching the show really helped me envision what the world looks like, some of the scenes, some of the characters. So I enjoyed watching the show first. A lot of people want to read the books first, go for it, but I didn't feel like the show ruined anything for me too much. And then my current read I'm going to mention because I feel like the 124 pages I have read deserves to be mentioned. So I'm currently reading Siege and Storm. This is the 2nd book in the Shadow and Bone trilogy. I thought I was gonna have this whole trilogy finish, but I have been in a reading slump the past like 6 days or so. I'm just kind of like in a weird mental spot right now, which is why I'm in a slump. I don't think it has anything to do with the series because I generally do really love the characters and I really do love the story building and the world development. Like, I just love everything about it. But I'm currently 124 pages in. I'm hoping to finish it soon so I can move on to something else just to kind of help pull me out of the slump a little bit better. But I am really enjoying it. I like it. I don't think this is the reason I'm in a slump, but that's kind of my current read. I've been reading this for way too many days, but I just thought I would mention it to you guys. Okay, so that is the 8 1/4 books that I read for the month of March. 2 of them were Kindle reads, which is why I don't have them here. I thought it was a really good reading month. 8 books is really good for me, especially because I work and do college. So 8 books is definitely a good high for me. I enjoyed my month of reading. I had some really good reads and a few not as good reads, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know down below what you read in March and if there's anything you are anticipating to read for April. There is one book that I'm very excited to read for April, and it literally just came out today and I cannot wait to read it. It is the 2nd book from Monica Murphy for the Playing Hard to Get series. Okay, the 2nd book is Playing by the Rules. This one is Best Friend's Little Sister. I'm very excited. I literally loved the first book so much and I cannot wait to read the 2nd one. There is another one that's going to be coming out. I don't know when, but I'm very excited about it because I loved the first one and I already know I'm going to love the 2nd one. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my face. Check out all my socials down below, including my Goodreads and my Amazon storefront. And I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys.